Welcome to tutorial number 4. We already start talking about sketching and make some sketches in the previous tutorial. Now I'm going to continue talking also about sketches. So let's start a new part from File, this time New, and here you pick Part. Okay, and let's start a new sketch. We know how to start the sketcher, and in this time we're going to talk about let's take this menu here. We talked in the last tutorial about the rectangle tools. To be more clear, let's drag it here. And now we're going to talk about the profile and the line, and see the difference between both two. So let's start with the line, and here in the sketch tool menu you see the coordinates of the line and the angle of the line. So when you are finished, you click it's done. You want to draw another line, just activate the line tool again and start another line. As you notice, each time we need to pick the line tool, and here if you look, when you hover at the end point of this line segment, you see a blue dot. That means you are starting the new line exactly on the end of this line. Now again, last time we're going to close this profile, but if you use the profile tool, is more easier and time saving. You just pick it one time and start drawing the line without the need of all the time activating the tool. And here we have our profile. Also with the profile tool you can draw arcs. For example, let's start profile, and if you click and hold the mouse, the profile changed to be an arc. Now let's draw another line, hold, you see this hand, now you have an arc. So you created this profile easily with only the profile tool. And if you hover over the line tool, you see different type of lines. For a beginner, this line, the first one, is the most used one, but mostly you're going to use the profile tool. And the other types, if you hover, you can see the type of these lines, and with more practice you're going to automatically know how these lines works in the future. But as for a beginner, it will be enough with the profile and the line tool. So now I can close this tutorial, and in the next tutorial I'm going to talk about the dimensions, how to add dimensions and constraints to make your profile more accurate. So see you in the next tutorial. This is tutorial number 5. We already talked in the last tutorial about the rectangle tools and line profile, and now it is time to talk about an important tool, the dimension, which is required in all of your sketches. So now let's choose the dimensions, add some dimensions to this profile. You can doing constraint define in this dialog box. Here you can see the constraint which are found, and to add a dimension we can just choose the constraint tool. Here, as you can see, you can add dimensions. You can change it to 180, and again to the constraint, add diameter or a radius for this circle. Let's add 50. If you notice on the profile here, you can see the edge, which is a relation to this line, means the line is horizontal. So now let's continue adding more dimensions. Let's add dimension to this arc. Let's make it 40. Also, we can add some angles. Let's choose the constraint. It's already activated, so let's choose this line and this line and add some angle. Double click on it and let's add an angle of 170. And we already made a dimension for this arc. Let's try to make another dimension here and see what's happened. You notice the arc turned into purple. That means there is no need for this dimension, or the profile is over defined. So it's kind of, and here if you change that dimension, is not applied to the profile. So we just delete this dimension, right click and delete. This is tutorial number 6, and in this tutorial I'm going to use the AutoConstraint tool. We have made this part in the previous tutorial. To go to the edit sketch again, you can right click on this sketch, as you see here on the part tray, sketch number 1. Right click and sketch 1 object, edit, or simply by double click on it. And here we have added some dimension in the previous tutorial, so I'm going to delete all these dimensions and constraint with the relation h, delete, and here you can reach the AutoConstraint tool. You just constraint. Here you can see the AutoConstraint. Let's just the window smaller. You have here the AutoConstraint tool. You choose it and click the part which are going to be constrained. Either to click them all or some of them. So now you have automatically added all the constraints and dimensions. Also, one point about AutoConstraint, now you have all the dimensions are defined. You can edit them here as you want. It might be easier than going to the constraint and back and dimensioning the profile. But if you want to add a constraint, to add another dimension, it turns into purple. That means this is not necessary to have this because it's already defined. So now I can exit the sketch and see you in the next tutorial.